brother Mack. So today we have a special episode. This week marked a very special time in Pennsylvania, across the country as well. Deer season.
Deer season.
I mean, central Pennsylvania is probably one of the few places in the country that takes off a single day of school to commemorate the start of deer season.
And it's usually not enough for most students.
Now, when you were in high school, how many days would you take off for hunting season?
One legal and probably a handful of illegal days.
So what do you consider the illegal days? Like, no doctor's excuse or like real excuse?
He who had an illness.
Yeah, you get that buck fever and you really have to go to the doctor, I guess.
Okay. So, over the weekend, thousands and thousands of Pennsylvania hunters go to deer camp in their wooden cabins or houses to get ready to shoot the monster buck. And while there's some pretty secret recipes that go around on certain foods that, just a Pennsylvania delicacy. Now, Mack, you go to deer camp every single year. I've joined you. What is your favorite meal? Who cooks it? And what do you like the most about deer camp food?
Well, basically, my favorite food at deer camp every year is probably hamburger gravy, which is really good. I mean, you put that on bread, you put that on anything you want, really, and that stuff tastes great. My favorite thing about deer camp foods, though, would definitely be all you can eat, because, it's deer camp. It's your time long.
Now, Jake, you said you go to deer camp. Who all goes with you and who cooks?
So it's usually my pap and my dad and his brother, so my uncle, and then occasionally my cousin, who's my uncle's son.
I feel like Dr. Hoover does the cooking, does he not?
He does. We split it up so like each person does cooking for one night because we're there. This year we showed up like Friday morning and we stayed till like Tuesday.
Fresh off that Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, so we ate a lot of food up there. It was good.
Turkey sandwiches.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Matt, I know from experience, going to deer camp, you have lots of snacks, but most importantly, you have a 3-course meal throughout the day, basically. You have the breakfast, you have lunch, and you have dinner. What do you like about breakfast?
Breakfast, there again, anything you want basically at camp. Hey, egg sandwiches. How good are egg sandwiches?
Really good,
I mean, throw some sausage on there, some English muffins.
Deer camp sausages.
And you can have like 15 of them.
Yeah, they're a very good vehicle to add on other foods. Like you can throw some bacon on there, get some sausage. What about you, Sawyer? What do you enjoy about deer camp?
I like deer camp. Whenever I went, I enjoyed the different ways and methods of cooking. Actually, I thought that was quite interesting because at home everyone enjoys their ovens, they enjoy their microwaves and stuff like that. But at deer camp, you go old school, put the toast on the stove, let it cook that way, go outside, have a fire. I like that because it kind of gives you about 4 days to get away from social norms, kind of, experience life in the woods, and I like that about it.
You say that, I just remembered another good meal out there is the steak feed we go to, and that's not just about the steak, because they take a nice big fat, russet potato and put some butter on that and wrap it in bacon, and then you have that good salad and whatever they serve with it. But the fellowship's also good. You can see guys you don't see all the rest of the
year. The glory of the Skootak deer camp is that you get to go out and not just spend 3 days eating in your own camp, but the first couple nights you go out and, like he said, you go camp hopping and you get steak. You try every other camp snacks and meals that you can possibly eat, and I think that's the glory of just deer camp. What snacks do you take to your tree stand or your spot?
Yeah, that's true. See, what we usually do, like the night before, Sunday night before we go to bed, we just get a ton of food out and make sandwiches and like get cookies and stuff and put it in a brown bag. And then like halfway through the day, you just snack in the woods, and it's a great feeling. It's a great.
Now, here's a question for you because it just popped into my mind. You see my brother, outdoorsman, former writer for the Blueprint. When you shoot a deer, do you go Red Dawn and drink its blood?
No, that's we've debated that before. A couple people that I've talked to. That's just urban myth. I think you can get a lot of diseases by drinking blood. You know, that's definitely not a safe thing to do.
Yeah.
I have heard I have heard of people that have killed their first buck though. They actually paint their face a little bit, like a warrior or brave does.
So here's the thing. That's all. To me, that's all myth. I don't think anyone actually drinks the blood. It's just something you do to like scare the beginners.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, you shot one, you got to
Yeah.
tase it. Throw it.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's hazing.
So, you have snacks. You're sitting in there before you're watching movies, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because you just want to shoot them. You're playing cards. You're just hanging out with the guys. What snacks do you have throughout the day when you're sitting in camp?
Well, that's a tough question. I mean, it could be anything from peanuts to a full-out sandwich of some kind. I mean, but I think the best thing you could have if you're just going to sit around for a while is probably a good old bag of
Middlesworth chips.
Kettlesworth.
Kettle.
I feel bad for anyone who hasn't experienced Middlesworth chips.
You know, you're out on Monday, and you beat the Skootak deer curse, and you kill a deer.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to do. You get venison. What do you make with it? Give me the different meals you have with it.
My personal favorite cut is probably I call them the fish, but they're the tenderloins on the back.
The backstrap.
Backstrap, yeah. They're the best thing you can make, and our grandmother has a recipe that has brown gravy. God, that's good. That's the first. I don't even think they're done steaming coming out of the deer, and they're already on the table. With our family, at least. How about you, Jake?
We usually get them. We used to butcher our own deer, but I don't know. My grandpa, who used to lead the charge in the butchering of the deer, he's like 85, 80 something. He's old, but he doesn't like doing it as much anymore. So we usually just take it home and
He's passed the torch
yeah.
on.
Like I'm sure one day we'll get back to butchering, but for now we just take it to like a butcher.
Let me ask you this, and this may get into a gender war here, but usually there aren't women at camp. It's usually the men doing the cooking.
Yeah.
And if deer camp goes back into the years of traditional household roles, but do you think that the food is different with the men cooking and has like the different deer camp taste to it?
I'll
like
tell you a
the men?
big secret of camps that they probably don't want you to know. Or two secrets, really. There's really not that divide as much anymore. There's a lot more women hunting these days.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you another secret. A lot of those camps, they will bring frozen meals that the wives have cooked, and all they have to do is warm it up.
That's what we do.
That really puts a spoil in.
It's good though.
Yeah, pretty good.
I mean, here's the thing though. I think my deer camp had one meal brought from a mother this year, and everything else was male cooked. But deer camp is really where the husbands show their time. They get to shine when they cook.
Yeah,
Because
that's what
they might cook at home, not often, but at deer camp they really get to show their true colors when they're cooking.
Agreed.
So you have Thanksgiving, and then you have the state feast.
Yes.
What do you look forward to more yearly, on an annual basis?
I think it's about tied for me. I mean, they're both.
Because you group them together. You see Thanksgiving time as deer
Pretty
camp.
much Thanksgiving's the opening gate to
Yeah,
Christmas and everything else.
it's just the beginning of just great food.
Yep.
You can expect to gain 10 to 15 pounds from Thanksgiving's week, deer camp, and then Christmas, the
Yeah.
holiday. Yeah. What foods? I mean, every camp is different. The recipes, the cooking, the meal. But what do you think is consistent at every deer camp across the nation? What foods do you think are there? Definitely steak.
You have to go with hot dogs just because of the fire
Yeah.
possibilities.
I would say that I know a lot of people don't like it, but I've seen them in a lot of camps. There's jars of hot bologna.
Yeah.
Oh, those are good. Yeah.
That and
That's
jars
like a
of
staple.
the peppers. That
Yeah.
because I feel like
That kind of
Yeah.
stuff people can pick at if they want to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Every year we have
Peppers.
a few homemade jars of like canned peppers, and it's just so good.
Yeah.
Stuffed Hungarian wax peppers with sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut in the middle.
yeah, people
so
make
good.
those and
Pat
let them
makes
sit there for deer
Yeah.
camp. They let.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that gets into another point with deer camps. A lot of these people that go there actually make their own food, and then when you go out, you get to try stuff like the peppers, the bologna, the jerky.
They're
No,
always willing to give.
Yeah.
Always.
And if you're 21, I've noticed like people make the the spirits like wine, stuff like that, which is, I think, once you get to that age, that'll be pretty interesting to try that different stuff at different camps. It gives you a different aspect and perspective.
There's always that one guy who has the like homebrewed beer.
Yeah,
that
or
was
like
trying to like introduce you to them.
some sketchy guy up in the mountains with some sort of moonshine still that's
Oh,
got
yeah.
like jars of peaches and moonshine.
Well, let me just say this, boys. This is still high school, and I know I'm out of it. So let's say that what happens at deer camp never happens.
So let me ask you this. What are some traditions at deer camp that really make deer camp, if you get what I'm asking? Like, what do you guys do every single year?
So, for my deer camp, we usually it's all day Sunday, I would say. Well, first off, we eat a lot of good food, but on Sunday we usually go out and either like walk around, and we just like scope out where we're gonna go and just take a nice hike through the woods before, just a nice time to like reflect on our thoughts and just see where we're gonna be hunting tomorrow. Just get to know the land.
And like you said, there's always the steak feed, tam popping. At our camp, there's card playing. Take a nice bag of change, and then you can turn that into some money or lose some money. Thing.
Drinks at camp.
Oh yeah.
Drinks at camp.
Huge decision before you go out there. Huge.
And let's be honest, as under 21 kids there, what do you drink? I prefer a nice
if you're
iced
over
tea.
21. You got to have something to break up the monotony.
Yeah.
But for us underage, we drink sweet tea.
Sweet tea, soda. I know you don't drink
I
soda.
don't drink soda. I'm not
I'm
soda.
usually soda.
There's always a lemonade there, like Richie's lemonade, if I do recall, like a gallon when I was there.
There's always some good. I enjoy a nice glass of orange juice late at night.
Yeah,
For
we
some
have
reason,
that.
I just do orange juice. It's good.
That's always good the morning of.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. You get that percolated coffee, the old school coffee, and then you get one cup of
We
orange
always,
juice. It's good.
Yeah, orange juice. We always when we pack our brown bag lunches, we get like those little cans of like pineapple and orange juice. So I always throw like one pineapple juice in there and like one tomato juice.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta
just
mix
a
it up
perfect
with
mix for like,
pineapple juices.
I'll tell you another thing at our camp: ruby red grapefruit juice.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
become huge.
I love grapefruit juice.
Now, so you're in your spot, tree stand or not, and you want the monster buck to come out. You're looking for a 10+ point buck to walk out and then just give you a broadside look.
But you're sleeping.
But you're sleeping.
You need a nap in the woods.
What's the ideal temperature that you want to pull the gun up for that deer?
Ideal sitting temperature?
Yeah.
So I'd say like 40 degrees, because it's just above freezing, but it's not like
You
It's
can
not-
sense it's deer season.
it's comfortable sitting weather, is how I put it.
What about you?
I'd say he's right. I'm in the same neighborhood, maybe a different address there, but like maybe 35 to 40.
Yeah.
Because you're not freezing your badukas off out
Yeah.
there, but at the same time, it's comfortable.
Yeah. Nice breeze isn't killing you, but it's at least keeping
Yeah.
you cold.
I don't know. But let's go back to the limited service thing at camp. What the part I like about that is there's no cell service, and it just takes you off the grid and lets you enjoy
Yeah.
the beauty of nature.
It's like back to what I was saying with it gives you the outdoor experience
Yeah.
in a different form of life for a couple days. I think that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so that wraps up this week's episode of Dudes on Food.
I hope you enjoyed it. It's a special episode. Only in Pennsylvania can you sit and talk about deer camp, venison, speed beef, whatever you want to call it, and the traditions that come along with that.
So thanks again for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. Let us know what you want to see us talk about, and we will.
We'll see you next week. Stay hungry, my friend.